The Sun, written by Nesbo, read by Barrett. The moral right of the author has been asserted. And he will come again to judge the living and the dead. Part 1. Chapter 1. Rover kept his eyes on the white-painted concrete floor in the 11-square-meter prison cell. He bit down on the slightly too long gold front tooth in his lower jaw. He had reached the hardest part of his confession. The only sound in the cell was his nails scratching the Madonna tattoo on his forearm. The boy sitting cross-legged on the bed opposite him had remained silent ever since Rover had entered. He had merely nodded and smiled his blissful Buddha smile, his gaze fixed at a point on Rover's forehead. People called the boy Sonny and said that he had killed 2 people as a teenager, that his father had been a corrupt police officer, and that Sonny had healing hands. It was hard to see if the boy was listening. His green eyes and most of his face were hidden behind his long, matted hair, but that didn't matter. Rover just wanted his sins forgiven and to receive Sonny's distinctive blessing so that tomorrow he could walk out of Staten maximum security prison with the feeling of being a truly cleansed man. Not that Rover was religious, but it could do no harm when he intended to change to give going straight a real try. Rover took a deep breath. I think she was from Belarus. Minsk is in Belarus, isn't it? Rover looked up quickly, but the boy made no reply. Nestor had nicknamed her Minsk, Rover said. He told me to shoot her. The obvious advantage of confessing to someone whose brain was fried was that no name and incident would stick. It was like talking to yourself. This might explain why inmates at Staten preferred this guy to the chaplain or the psychologist. Nestor kept her and 8 other girls in a cage down in Innerhagen. East Europeans and Asians. Young. Teenagers. At least I hope they were as old as that. But Minsk was older. Stronger. She escaped. Got as far as Tuyen Park before Nestor's dog caught her. One of those Argentine mastiffs, know what I'm talking about? The boy's eyes never moved, but he raised his hand, found his beard. He started to comb it slowly with his fingers. The sleeve of his filthy, oversized shirt slipped down and revealed scabs and needle marks. Rover went on. Bloody big albino dogs. Kills anything its owner points at, and quite a lot he doesn't. Banned in Norway, of course. A guy out in Rallingen got some from the Czech Republic, breeds them, and registers them as white boxers. Me and Nestor went there to buy one when it was a pup. It cost more than 50 grand in cash. The puppy was so cute you wouldn't ever think it. Rover stopped. He knew he was only talking about the dog to put off the inevitable. Anyway. Rover looked at the tattoo on his other forearm, a cathedral with 2 spires, one for each sentence he had served, neither of which had anything to do with today's confession. He used to supply guns to a biker gang and modify some of them in his workshop. He was good at it. Too good. So good that he couldn't remain below the radar forever, and he was caught. And so good that, while serving his first sentence, Nestor had taken him under his wing. Nestor had made sure he owned him, so that from then on only Nestor would get his hands on the best guns, rather than the biker gang or any other rivals. He had paid him more for a few months' work than Rover could ever hope to earn in a lifetime in his workshop fixing motorbikes. But Nestor had demanded a lot in return. Too much. She was lying in the bushes, blood everywhere. She just lay there, dead still, staring up at us. The dog had taken a chunk out of her face. You could see straight to the teeth.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?